Happy New Year! Welcome to the Cancer full moon on January 15th and 16th. And what a moon it is. Now, we've just come off of a very intense Capricorn new moon on the first of the year, kicking off a new year with the cardinal square really activated. So we're in this intense energy. And now we're moving towards the Cancer full moon. And this is a very interesting full moon. Now, the moon itself, the Cancer moon itself, and the sun itself isn't being challenged by Pluto and Uranus. They're past Pluto and Uranus, which are hanging out at about the 12-degree mark. And Saturn is in harmonious energy flow with the Cancer full moon and the Capricorn sun, which is very positive and strong and empowering. So Saturn is saying, use your emotions to create a strong 2014 for yourself. Be practical, be pragmatic, be grounded, be balanced, and be patient with what you want to create here in 2014. Now, if you want to read about the Cancer full moon, you can go to my blog here. Here's the link, and you can read the full report on my blog. And also the Strong You Foundation program is one of the best programs I believe Coach University has put out. It's an excellent program, and it's all about building a strong foundation, because without a strong foundation, we cannot be a success in the world or have lasting success in the world. And that's one of the messages with this full moon, because Cancer rules the foundation. Cancer rules the fourth house, which is the basement in a house, or the base of a pyramid. And so Cancer rules the area of life that has to do with your inner power, your soul power, your emotional power. Capricorn has to do with your destiny in the world, your unique accomplishments in the world, your reputation in the world, and your profession in the world. And we see this all the time with people where they attain fame and they attain fortune, but they can't hang on to it because they never built that strong foundation. And that's what I do when I coach people, is I work on your personal foundation, how to strengthen you. And that's one of the things that I'm doing with all of you here as I coach you using the astrology with the coaching tools, because the astrology helps us understand the energy we're working with. And then the coaching is used to empower you so that you are making right decisions for yourself, and you're getting comfortable with stretching yourself and putting yourself out there and taking risks. If we don't take risks, we can't get the reward. And the reward comes through Capricorn, that 10th house of what you're doing in the world. And so Saturn, Capricorn's ruler, in Scorpio, is harmonizing with the sun and the moon, which is very good. This is nourishing. This is nurturing. Saturn is in Scorpio, the sign of sex and power and big vision. And so with that, I really like the way Saturn is saying, okay, build your foundation. If you build your foundation and you strengthen yourself, you can attain your goals in the world. You can achieve success. You can achieve your dreams come true. But no shortcuts with Saturn. You have to pay your dues. You have to work at it. You know, it's like muscle. You got to build it every day or you turn to flab. And that's mental strength, spiritual strength, emotional strength, and physical strength. We all have to be working it in order to maintain it. Now, what's really interesting about this full moon is, you know, the sun and the moon are doing great. You know, they're doing their thing, and they're at about 26 degrees Capricorn and Cancer. But there's another story going on in here, and that's with Venus and Mars. Now, Venus is retrograde until the end of this month, until the end of January. Venus is direct on the 31st of January. And so she's retrograde. So we're all going back over things. And I go into detail of what this full moon means for you and what Venus retrograde means for you in the January stars or the year ahead. So you can go to the year ahead reports or the January stars reports podcasts and read all about what that means for you, for your sun sign, moon sign, and ascendant sign. Now, for all of us, with Venus retrograde, we're backtracking. Whenever a planet is in reverse, we're stepping back, we're reviewing, we're reflecting, and that's what it's for. We can't always be in forward motion, although being a triple fire sign, it's what I love. I always have a need for speed, but it's not always appropriate, because then I find myself ahead of everybody else or making mistakes and having to go back and redo it because I move too fast. And so, my lesson is patience. My lesson is learning to slow down and look at the details, look at the steps. And so with Venus retrograde, she is in conflict with Mars. So the divine lovers are fighting. Now, for me, when I look at that, it's a message about balancing our male and female energies. Okay, it's the anima and animus, Jungian psychology. The great Carl Jung taught us so much and was an astrologer. When he couldn't understand a client, he'd pull up their chart. Well, back then you couldn't plug it into the computer. You had to draw it by hand, as I did when I was a teenager. And so Venus and Mars are in conflict with each other. And this is about, and of course, because they're in conflict with each other, they're also pulling in the Pluto, Uranus, and Jupiter, because Venus is in Capricorn, Mars is in Libra, Jupiter is in Cancer, and Uranus in Aries. So they're pulling in the grand square. It's loose, but it's there. But mainly, those two are exact at the full moon. There's an exact square between Mars and Venus. She's retro back about 18 degrees, and he's at 18 degrees Libra. So bam, the two of them are fighting. Now, what does that mean? This is about balancing our male and female energies. Women are feminine on the outside and masculine on the inside. Men are masculine on the outside and feminine on the inside, which means we're all both. That's why it doesn't get us anywhere to say, I don't like men or I don't like women, because when you do that, you're saying you don't like yourself. So one is not better than the other. And as we move into the age of Aquarius, we're moving into triality consciousness. We're moving to a third position. We're moving out of duality and polarity of this male and female, black, white, God, Satan, yes, no, right, wrong. We're moving to a third position where there's 50 shades of gray, there's a million shades of gray. And in the third position, we recognize that we're all both. And that not only is one not better than the other, is that we need to be balanced in both. So I really go into detail in it in my blog and newsletter, if you're signed up for my newsletter. But I really find this so interesting because as we're going into 2014, here's a real cosmic message of pay attention to your feelings. Pay attention to your emotions. Your feelings are your indicators. They're the message of what you really want and what you really need. Feelings cannot be right or wrong. They're not a math problem. A math problem can be right or wrong. But your feelings can't be wrong because they're your feelings. And they're your indicators. And we create from our feelings. We create from our passion. So your feelings matter. And with Venus and Mars fighting like this, it's really important that we pay attention to balancing our emotions and balancing what we're feeling, what's coming up for you. Now, this is really interesting because this full moon at 26 degrees Cancer Capricorn is squaring the Aries lunar eclipse that happened on October 18th. And Aries, the Aries moon, Libra sun, again, Venus and Mars, male, female, giving and receiving, acting and waiting. Taking action is our male side. waiting and taking the energy in is our female side. Now, on February 22nd, the nodes are going to shift from Scorpio and Taurus into Libra, at Libra North Node, Aries South Node. So here we're going to have the next message about relationships. But again, we're in relationship with self. And then we're in relationship with our partner. We're in relationship with other people. We're in relationship to source. And balancing our energies so that we're not too male or too female, because it's not good to be, again, it's not about being one or the other. That's duality. It's about being balanced in both. And that's triality. That's a third position of consciousness that's being birthed at this time. And as we move more and more into the age of Aquarius, where we are more accepting of each other, we're more accepting of other people's approaches to life, other people's lifestyles, and other people being allowed to live their life authentically rather than making us all the same, which is this duality. And which doesn't work because we're not all the same. We're all unique. We're all sparks of creator. And each spark has its own flame. And that flame is unique to you. And it's not about you being me or me being you. It's about you, each one of us being who we uniquely are and drawing from that uniqueness and demonstrating that uniqueness to the world. And so this is a wonderful full moon. It's going to be emotional because Cancer rules emotions. So you want to be balancing yourself. If you go too much into emotion, then you're not listening, you're not grounded, you're reacting rather than being proactive. Or if you go to the other side where you're just being Capricorn and you're not listening to your inner child, your soul, your feelings, your emotions, that's cold, that's dry, and that's not balanced either. We want to find the middle. So our goal at the Cancer full moon is to find the middle ground where we are listening to our emotions, but yet we're being practical, we're being responsible, we're taking charge of our lives, we're being the leader of our lives, we're taking responsibility for our choices, and we're moving forward with the energy in a balanced way. So do what balances you. Do what empowers you. And then that way you're riding the wave and you're ready for when we step into Aquarius on the 19th of January. And then we have the spectacular Aquarius new moon, which is going to be a lot of fun. So get balanced, take care of yourself. Remember, the body is the messenger. A lot of times I find with myself is I can be burning the candles at both ends. I'm working too much, and then it catches up to me, and then I get run down. And so listen to your body. Do you need to sleep more? Do you need to just be quiet, center, and ground yourself? Meditation is so important. And a quiet moments each day, taking 5 minutes just to still the mind, quiet the body so that you're listening. Eating really well, drinking lots of water, eating whole food. Stay away from processed food. It's poison. You want to eat quality food that your body requires, that your body is saying, I want more protein or I want more vegetables. Listen to your body because it will tell you what it needs. And then you are loving on yourself, and that's what Cancer is about. It's Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion and nurturance. It's the divine mother. And you want to take care of this body temple that God has given you, which you will give back as you shuffle off this mortal coil, right? Nothing here is permanent. We don't take anything with us. We leave it all behind, including the physical. And so take care of that vehicle that allows you to fulfill your karma, to fulfill your dharma, your reason for being, the reason you're here. And then you can feel victorious that you came and you've done everything you've come to do, and now you're ready for the next adventure.